Today, we're checking out the Wirsh Home Barista Plus Espresso machine. It's an entry-level machine that costs around $160. It's quite affordable, but is it worth buying? I'll walk you through the design and features, brew some coffee, and see how it performs in both brewing and steaming. Let's get started. First off, let's talk about the build and features of the Wirsh Home Barista Plus. I made a short unboxing video a few months ago, so if you're interested, be sure to check that out. The machine comes with two pressurized baskets, a portafilter, and a stainless steel scoop and tamper. If you want to make milk-based drinks, you'll need to buy a milk jug separately. There are also some optional accessories available to improve your puck prep. I really like the design of the portafilter that comes with the machine. There's a nice spout, and even though it uses a pressurized basket, it's super satisfying to see the espresso flowing out. Usually, affordable machines like this come with portafilters that look a bit cheap, but this one is pretty decent. The machine is mostly made of stainless steel, which makes it easy to clean, but it's not very heavy. There are some plastic parts, but overall it feels pretty solid. I like the drip tray. The capacity is large. Design-wise, the Wirsh Home Barista Plus follows the typical structure of an entry-level espresso machine. There's a pressure gauge in the middle and a control panel right below it. The top of the machine gets quite warm, probably because it's close to the thermoblock. That's pretty surprising, so you can pre-warm your cups by placing them on top. The control panel has a more polished look compared to the plain stainless steel designs you often see. The touch buttons, instead of physical ones, give it a modern feel. It's very user-friendly. You can choose between a single shot, a double shot, and steam functions with just a tap. If you long press the single or double shot button for a few seconds, the machine will start brewing. Once it reaches your desired shot volume, press it again to save your customized shot volume. However, I prefer to weigh my shots with a coffee scale for accuracy. The machine also lets you adjust the brew temperature. Touch and hold the steam icon for about 5 seconds and you'll hear a beep. By default, the double shot button will blink, indicating the current temperature setting. If you want it cooler, select the single cup button. If you want it hotter, select the steam button. I only have a basic thermometer, so I can't test the actual brew temperature for each setting accurately, but it seems that the water is hot enough. The steam wand on this machine has one hole and can rotate freely. It features a professional-style single-hole steam wand, so I'm expecting some silky milk froth. The steam pressure is okay, not too strong, which is friendly for beginners. It can also dispense hot water, adding to its versatility. Now, let's make some espresso and see how this machine performs. One great thing about this machine is that it warms up quickly. I have an E61 machine, but I often use a quicker machine like this because I just can't wait 20 minutes to start making my coffee every morning. This machine comes with a 51mm pressurized basket, which is pretty common in many entry-level machines at this price point. The pressurized basket is more beginner-friendly. Making espresso can be complicated, and if this is your first machine, a pressurized basket can really help you out. The downside is the capacity. The basket is a bit smaller and holds only 13 to 14 grams of coffee. If you're following the traditional 1:2 or 1:2.5 ratio, you're looking at making around 28 to 35 grams of espresso. With this basket, you can use pre-ground coffee, but I strongly recommend using freshly roasted beans for a better shot. You don't need to buy an expensive espresso grinder that costs more than the machine itself. Even a simple hand grinder, like this King Grinder P2, can greatly improve your shot quality. It only costs about $50. So, let's get started. I'm going to grind 13 grams of coffee with the King Grinder P2 on its espresso setting. The included scoop tamper is better than those plastic ones, so I'll use it to tamp the coffee. The machine also has a pre-infusion feature, Normally, pre-infusion wets the coffee puck at low pressure before the high brewing pressure kicks in, ensuring a more even extraction. But this pre-infusion is quite quick with very low pressure. I guess it can only wet the puck's surface. This is my first try without adjusting the grind size. As you can see, the grinds are too coarse, the brewing pressure is low, and the shot pulls too quickly. This is not a great shot, however, it still looks good with a layer of crema. That's why I said the pressurized basket is quite beginner-friendly and forgiving. The coffee has the texture and mouthfeel of a regular espresso. If you add water to make an Americano or milk for a latte, this is okay. But if you drink it as is, it's a bit bitter and bland. Grinding a bit finer, a better puck prep, and using a non-pressurized basket can greatly enhance the shot quality. I'll show you how to do that later in the video. Now, let's test the milk steaming capabilities of the Wirsh Home Barista Plus. After brewing the shot, it takes about 10 seconds to heat up to steaming temperature. The transition time is pretty quick. The thermoblock system heats water on demand, unlike single boiler machines that take longer. Here are some tips. Turn on the steam for about 5 seconds to purge out the water before steaming. Also, for better milk texture, always use cold milk instead of room temperature milk. Now, insert the steam wand into the spout, tilt it to the 3 o'clock position, and keep it just above the milk surface. When you hear that hissing sound, it's creating bubbles. As the milk surface rises, insert the tip a bit deeper into the milk to keep the vortex going until the milk jug is too hot to touch. Alternatively, you can use a thermometer and heat the milk to 65 degrees Celsius. If you're making a cappuccino, you can keep the tip on the milk surface for longer to create denser foam. The steaming takes about 1 minute. Remember to wipe off the milk immediately after steaming and purge any remaining milk from the steam wand. The milk texture looks nice, no large bubbles, and quite smooth. This allows you to practice latte art or make any milk-based drinks you like. Overall, the steaming pressure is strong enough for a home machine, and you can definitely practice your pouring skills with this setup. Many coffee lovers think that entry-level machines at this price point have limited potential. However, with a few small investments, you can significantly enhance your coffee quality. First, consider getting a non-pressurized basket. The one that comes with this machine has only one hole, creating extra pressure to force the coffee through and form the crema. It's more forgiving with grind size, but sacrifices extraction quality, so you won't know if your coffee is extracted properly. A non-pressurized basket has many holes and relies entirely on the resistance of the coffee puck. This allows you to get the most out of your coffee if extracted properly, but you need to be more careful about puck preparation and grind size. It takes some time and effort to dial in your grinder, but it's worth it. Speaking of grinders, this inexpensive hand grinder is fine for starting out. But as you become more familiar with the espresso brewing process and your experience improves, I suggest investing in a better grinder. A good grinder can also be used when you upgrade your machine. Hand grinders like this EasyPresso K Ultra or Timemore C3 ESP work great for both filter coffee and espresso. They cost more but are well worth the investment. Now, let's grind another 14 grams of coffee. Transfer it to the basket and use a WD-T tool to stir the grounds, ensuring they are evenly distributed and free of clumps before tamping. This time, I'm not using the included tamper. A better, more solid tamper can help ensure the puck is level. This time, using finer grinds, the pressure goes up to the espresso range. The shot time is also longer, about 22 seconds, with 14 grams in and 32 grams out. There's a little bit of channeling, but overall, look at the shot. It's much creamier and richer than the one we just tested. It looks like a decent shot. The shot is much better than the previous one. The crema is richer and doesn't dissipate easily. The taste is more flavorful, with a more complex flavor and better mouthfeel, although it mutes some of the flavor profiles due to the high pressure. Yes, it takes more work, but you're rewarded with significantly better shot quality. Just one thing, the pressure is too high. The 20 bars they advertise is the max pressure of the pump. Actually, you don't really need more than 9 bars to extract your coffee properly. The brewing pressure should be lower. It's very difficult to knock out the used puck. For its competitors, the Hybrew H10B is also worth considering. The build quality, brewing, and steaming performance are similar, but the H10B offers more flexible options. You can adjust the pre-infusion time, brew and steam temperature, and it has an auto temp serve feature. It's a bit pricier, so if you're interested, check out my H10B review. So, is the Wirsh Home Barista Plus worth buying? I'd say it's a great deal. Coffee should be accessible to everyone. It's not the best in the world, but it offers all the features you'd expect from an entry-level machine and provides great value for the money. Especially if you are just starting your espresso journey, it works well. Once you've mastered it and still crave better coffee, you might consider upgrading to a mid-range or higher-end machine. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more coffee content. See you next time and happy brewing!